This is the time that my brother's accident actually saved our goddamn lives. So, how old were we?
Shit. I'm telling you, we had to be like 7th grade, 8th grade to like 12.
So
Not even, no. We had to be younger. We had to be
younger
than that. Had to be like 9, 10.
So we had this metal rim, like basketball rim, on the side of our house. And we had this bright idea that we can just pick it up and put it on top of our roof, and it would stay up there like some idiots. So we about to pick it up, and then this guy.
I don't know what we were thinking. I think it was one of those bored summer days. We have nothing to do in the house. And when you don't have nothing to do in the house and you live in low income where we was living at, you got nothing to do, so it was like, let's go play basketball, you know?
Yeah.
And all I remembered, you know, because I remember that day pretty vividly, because I almost lost a leg. I remember us going outside in our front yard, going to the side of our house where this metal rim.
It was like metal, real metal, like sharp as shit.
Rusty. Like it probably weighed close to like 300, 400 pounds.
It was pretty heavy. I wasn't up 300 pounds, but it was heavy.
Hey, I lifted it though.
It was pretty heavy.
I can tell you, it was heavier than what my body was used to. And so I remember us us first trying to lift it, and then we couldn't do it, and then I was like, nah, we can do it, and then you were like, nah, I'm going in the house.
And then I went in the house, and then
I remember as he was walking away, is being like, how fucking dare he walk out? I'm about to fucking lift this shit and show him. And I'm fucking Superman. And I fucking lifted this shit like an inch or two off the ground and was like, nah, it's just too heavy. And I don't know what I was thinking, but I just let it go. I didn't move. I just let it go. And my leg was just like sitting there. It went from like bone to spaghetti real quick. And I just remember letting it go and then looking around, and then I remember looking down, and that shit was like sliced, and my shit was like, and I was like, oh, and I started crying, and I started screaming. I was like, I'm fucking about to be paralyzed. This shit hurt so much. My bone was sticking out. Fucking, I saw all the blood and inner workings of my leg. I was about to pass out. There was so much going on.
I was just surprised he got it off the ground. The both of us together couldn't get it off the ground. So I was like, how the fuck did he get it off the ground?
Oh my gosh. And then I remember trying to get into the house, and it was super hard to get in the house. I remember Dad wasn't home because he was working in San Clemente at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And so calling him, he wouldn't have got there in time. I remember Mom still didn't have her driver's license at the time. We definitely wasn't calling 911 because they was not about to pay for no ambulance. And I remember it was...
Who took you?
I think it was April. I think our cousin April.
Oh, damn.
I think she ended up being the only one close enough. I think she lived with us at that point, so it had to be when we were younger. And I remember her and Mom doing some ghetto nursing shit and wrapping my shit in a towel and driving to Tri-City.
That towel was soaked in blood.
Driving to fucking Tri-City Hospital. Man, I remember fucking going into the hospital. They were like, oh, let's get him to surgery. Meanwhile, I'm about to fucking pass out, still like screaming and stuff because I can see all the blood being lost and the towel soaked. And then they put me in a little wheelchair or whatever. And then they put me in a wheelchair. And then carried me all the way to ER. I remember passing out. I remember waking up. The doctor they already told me, oh, we did first part of surgery. Now we got to get the stitches in. And I was just like, what the fuck's going on? And mind you, I really still don't know what the fuck's going on. And then I remember the doctor going, we're in 33 stitches. I'm like, 33? nigga passed right back out. And I was like, no, back to sleep I go. And I remember waking up, couldn't feel my leg at all. They told me, or they telling me like, oh, it's gonna be numb for a while. We don't know how much sensitivity you'll have in your leg. We don't know how much, roll power you'll have in your ankle. All these different things that all told me. I was just summing it up like, damn, I'm not gonna be able to play basketball. Like that's the only thing I was thinking. I'm not gonna be able to play basketball. I'm not gonna be able to play basketball. I'm not gonna be able to run around. And then on top of it, nigga gonna ask me, do I want a Snickers bar? I don't want a fucking Snickers bar. Fucking want my leg back. But then we went from the hospital back to the house. I remember getting lectured about doing stupid shit like that. I remember that they was telling me, why would I think about doing that shit, all this stuff. And then I remember it took like a good like year and some change for me to really start like moving and shit again. That shit was weak. I was on like bed. I wasn't really walking that much. It was hard to pee and shit. I was on crutches for a while. That was rough. That shit was rough.
But that shit was a blessing.
Saved the fucking life. That's what I tell
you. If we would have got that shit on the roof, there was nothing that was gonna hold it. So literally, once we would have put it up and tried to walk, like literally put it up, it would have fell right back down. It would have chopped us right in the neck.
Yeah, we died.
And that shit was sharp. So it kind of a blessing. Yeah, it's fucked up. It happened, but without that, we probably wouldn't be here.
We would have died.
And like my Taurus was in summer school because he wasn't doing his work.
Yeah.
So I don't know where my other sister was.
Me neither.
I don't know where neither. Like, because when he had to go to the hospital, I had to go to my cousin Terrell's house. So
yeah, that shit was rough.
Yeah, it wasn't good though.
But I got a nice little scar from it. It looks like the Star Trek symbol on my ankle. So a nice little story I could tell everybody. I don't ever tell them the real story. I always tell them I got bit by a shark or some shit, so people think I'm like heroic or something. I don't ever tell them I tried some dumbass shit and almost fucking lost a leg. So,
but that is the time that my brother's accident saved our life.
Shit was rough.
Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to his Instagram. What is it? Not subscribe. Follow his Instagram. Buy his merch.
Merch.
We're gonna put all the shit in the description. Peace.